A law meant to protect babies from being abandoned in dumpsters becomes a national example of the gap in mental health care services for children in our special series, Safe Haven, Unintended Consequences. CNN's Amanda Moyer explains what triggered 36 children to be dropped off in Nebraska last year.
The initial Nebraska law allowed parents to drop off any child, no questions asked. State Senator Arnie Stootman co-authored the bill.
It really has opened our eyes up and opened the eyes of a lot of people in many states, that there was a problem other than the infant.
National Safe Haven Alliance Executive Director Tracy Johnson says every state now has a law that applies to infants.
Over 2,000 children have been directly saved.
Legislation to fund more services recently passed in Nebraska, but Stootman has concerns.
Did we put enough money into services that the people need?
Many child advocates say the gap is much more complex. Amanda Moyer, CNN.
One of today's bigger music stars has just issued another recording. CNN's John Lorinc reports.
John Mayer's fourth album is called Battle Studies. The singer-guitarist says he always puts more than just a little of himself in his music and lyrics.
Sure, it's autobiographical. Absolutely. What would I be if I sat here and I said that they're not about people, or they're not about experiences that I've had?
Mayer isn't thrilled that some people know more about his personal life than his music, but he makes no apologies for his lifestyle.
Be 32 when you're 32. Don't be 22 when you're 32. Don't be 50 when you're 32, because next thing you know, I'm going to be 60 years old walking 18-year-old Russian models into Mr. Chow acting like that's normal.
John Lorinc, CNN.
A first edition of Charles Darwin's book On the Origin of Species will be sold this week by Christie's Auction House. Get this. Published reports say the book, first published in 1859, was kept on a bookshelf at a British family's guest bath for a little light reading. It's expected to fetch about $100,000 U.S. This is CNN Radio.
Here's one of those lists designed to get you talking. CNN's John Lorinc reports on a poll on the best recordings of the past 10 years. See if you have any.
Kid A by Radiohead is the greatest album of this decade, according to a Rolling Stone magazine poll. The band's fourth album was released in October of 2000 and debuted at the top of the U.S. charts. Is This It by The Strokes came in the runner-up slot, while Yankee Hotel Foxtrot by Wilco came in third. More than 100 artists, critics, and industry officials took part in this survey. John Lorinc, CNN.
After a third straight season without a winning record, Notre Dame has its next football coach, Brian Kelly.
That is the mission of Notre Dame. Excellence in academics and athletics, and I wanted that challenge. And I'm excited about that challenge.
Kelly's leaving Cincinnati, where his team went undefeated this season. I'm Andy Rose. This is CNN Radio.